Bianca. Nice to chat with you again. Appreciate you giving us some time here. The last time we spoke was with you and Jade together, and you had talked about wanting to really focus in and hone in on establishing the women's tag team championships. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. You're now tagging with Naomi with everything that has happened with Jade, but you also have this opportunity this weekend to win your second Elimination Chamber match, get yet another singles match for a world title at WrestleMania, which I believe would be your fourth, and you would finally get that big match with Rhea Ripley. How,
Mhm.
there's so many different things that you want to do at one time. How do you balance everything where you have these goals for the tag team titles, but you also have these singles goals as well?
I feel like that's kind of just the story of my career. Like I feel like I've been able to accomplish a whole lot in a short amount of time, and ever since I've hit the scene, I've been running, and I haven't stopped ever since. So I'm kind of used to having a lot going on, and I'm someone who likes to achieve as much as I possibly can. So while I am the tag team champion right now, and I would love to go to WrestleMania and defend those tag team titles, I would equally just as much love to win Elimination Chamber and go against Rhea Ripley. And that's always been a dream match of mine. And I feel like it's a dream match for fans as well. But to be able to go and possibly, have another title opportunity and remain undefeated at WrestleMania and be someone that can take down Rhea Ripley, who wouldn't want to do that? I feel like we both have kind of been on opposite sides of the mountain, racing our way to the top. And right now, she has that title. So the perception is that she's the best. My reality is that I'm the best. So I want to go to WrestleMania and I want to prove that. So I'm going to do everything that I can in this Elimination Chamber to make sure that I can, point to that WrestleMania sign, solidify my path to WrestleMania and go and face Rhea Ripley and at the same time, hopefully get to go and defend our tag team titles alongside Naomi.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Denise Salcedo. Denise?
I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Sorry about that.
It's
Thank you.
okay.
So, Bianca, I wanted to start off by saying, obviously you mentioned that dream match with you and Rhea Ripley is definitely something that we want. You're undefeated at WrestleMania. And of course, like Rick mentioned, you have been doing all of this stuff, the tag team division. For you, how have you felt sort of going from, doing everything that you possibly could do because you've had so many accolades underneath your belt when it comes to the singles division, going into the tag team? Do you kind of miss the singles division and the spotlight, primarily being on you? Or how are you trying to find like that balance between like being the old Bianca and then also this new Bianca? I know
Well,
it's a big question.
no, it's completely fine. It's a great question because I honestly feel like I said before, I was able to accomplish so much in a short amount of time being in the singles picture. Like when I look back on my career on being on the main roster, I actually feel like I've been a champion more than I have not been a champion on the main roster, right? So I felt like when I had the opportunity of joining, being a part of a tag team, I felt like I was in a space where I was ready for that. I was ready for it to do something that where it wasn't just about me, like me being as successful as I was in the title pictures, because there were so many women that helped me along the way. So I saw this as an opportunity to do the same thing. Like I want to give back now, and I feel like I have accomplished so much that I have enough equity to where I can help elevate this tag team division and give more spots and more spotlight to the women on this roster because we have so many talented women. And being a tag team is a very selfless thing. You have to be ready to share that spotlight, not just with your tag team partner, but with the two other women that are across the ring from you. And I felt like I was in a space where I was ready for that. And I wanted to grow more as a superstar, as a wrestler. And I felt like I was able to do that with this tag team. I've grown, I've learned so much, and I've evolved. And it was a different role where I feel like now I'm not so much as the rookie. I'm a little bit of a veteran in this situation, but it was new for me. It was a challenge and it was new and I was up for it. But I mean, definitely I definitely miss being in the singles picture as well because you get to go and have these big opportunities like possibly winning the Elimination Chamber match and going up against Rhea Ripley. But being a tag team, it's a lot less pressure, it's a lot more fun. But I'm definitely having that itch of getting back in that singles picture.
Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Jan Murphy. Jan?
Hey Bianca, with so few spots available on a show like this, what does it mean to you to be able to have one of those spots? I mean, coming back to Toronto at a place where they haven't been in over 20 years, what does that mean to you this weekend?
It means everything. Like I said, our roster is so stacked right now. I think we just saw that with the Royal Rumble. It was 30 women in that match, and it's women from the past, the present, the future. And I feel like every single woman that was in that match could go and have a WrestleMania match, could be a part of Elimination Chamber. That speaks volumes to how amazing our roster is. So to be one of the women that has the spot at Elimination Chamber is just, it means everything because it could be any one of us, and we're all fighting and clawing our way to get to WrestleMania. And when you've worked all year long, you want to have that spot at WrestleMania, and we've all been working our butts off all year long. So it's something that I don't take for granted. It's something that I know is very special to be a part of and to be able to have that spot, because next year it could be very much me that, I didn't make it this time. So every single time I get to be a part of a big moment or be a part of a big opportunity, I'm gonna do everything that I can to relish in that moment. So it's special. It's super special because we just have so many talented women. So it's very special.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Robert Jackman. Robert?
Excellent. Bianca, you've been in the chamber twice. This will be your third match. I mean, in your opinion, does experience count for much or in Elimination Chamber, or is it just total war when you get in there?
Oof, I would say the Elimination Chamber match is probably one of the most intimidating matches that I've been a part of. I would like to say that it gives me an advantage that I've won one before, but in all honesty, not really, because every year the circumstances change. It's different people in the match. It's a different lineup. You don't know if you're starting. You don't know when you're coming out of that pod. All the factors like play a part, right? If you're starting the match, it's different from if you're coming out last in the pod. Um, the chamber that I won, I came out last, so it's gonna be very different if I start this chamber. It's very different from depending on who's in the match. I just rewatched the chamber match from last year, and I was saying it's crazy how much a year makes a difference, because the people in that match I was friends with, Liv Morgan, we were on great terms in that match. Raquel, now this year's completely different. They're my enemies this year. So it's the chamber is just, it's interesting. And it's also interesting too, because if you don't win the Royal Rumble, you don't solidify your way to WrestleMania. Now, the Elimination Chamber is like that last opportunity to get that title shot at WrestleMania. So everybody is just, you literally become a different version of yourself in that match. All the rules go out the window. For me this year, I'm in there with my enemies. I'm also in there with my tag team partner. So all of this plays a role. It's kind of where all the rules just go out the window. So, I'm also in there with Alexa Bliss, who she's also won the chamber before. So I would like to say that it does play an advantage, but at the same time, it doesn't.
We'll see how it works out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Rob Wong. Rob?
Hey, Bianca, thanks for doing this today.
Hi, thank you.
So we just talked to Roxanne Perez before you came on here, and she's going into her first chamber match, and that was you at one point. What do you remember about the days and the weeks sort of leading up to that first one, and what would the current Bianca maybe you want to tell that younger Bianca before that first one?
Ooh, what do I remember about the first one? I more so remember my emotions and my feelings, because going into that first chamber that I was a part of, I was coming off of main eventing WrestleMania and being champion, and Becky Lynch coming in and taking that title off of me in 26 seconds. And I wasn't successful at the Royal Rumble, so I saw the Elimination Chamber as my last opportunity to get to Becky Lynch and get my title back. So I went into that match with very emotional. And I remember just being super emotional about it, but being super nervous about it because, like I said, the Elimination Chamber match is very intimidating. If I would have to give any advice to like someone of their first year, oof, like I said, all the rules just go out the window. And if I would have to give any advice to from my younger version of myself to now, it's that it's every woman for themselves. And you have to use everything that you have. If you use the pod, if you use the chamber, you use everything that you possibly have to walk out so you can point to that WrestleMania sign because that's what everybody else is going to be doing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Our next question comes from Sean Ross Sapp. Sean? Sean, if you could just unmute yourself, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you all can hear me now.
Good.
About a year ago, we heard you talk about like the way that you would want to be a heel if possible. We had heard like some ideas that had been thrown your way. And I believe it was Lashley said, she's an inspiration to a lot of people. It's got to be something very substantial or important for her to do something like that. And we've seen like your entrances that integrate a lot of that, your inspiration to many children. How are you feeling present day about the possibilities of playing that role?
I feel like I never say never, but what I will say that it would have to be something that's very, like you said, substantial and a bigger picture to it. Just because I feel like being a baby face and a successful baby face and baby face that's consistently able to keep their name in the top of the conversation, that's very hard to get. And once you get it, you really don't want to let go of that. And I feel like the longer you can hold on to that, if that heel turn happens, the bigger that heel turn will be. What I will say is that if that does happen, it's I want to be the heel that people would not like, and I don't know if everybody's. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if everybody else is ready for that. It's one thing when I hear fans say, "I love so and so as a heel." When I hear love and heel in the same sentence, that doesn't work for me. And I feel like it's like someone like Nia Jax, how valuable she is to this division. Playing that role, we need that. And so we'll just see what happens. We'll see where it goes. But right now, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if the fans are ready for that. But when it happens, I feel like it's going to be something big if it ever happens. Who knows?
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Steve Paul. Steve?
All right, there we go. Thank you so much for doing this today. Huge moment coming up this weekend, Elimination Chamber, but also thoughts this past Royal Rumble and last year, you had a moment with Jordynne Grace in the ring. She recently signed with the WWE. What are your thoughts on her joining the WWE? Because it's a huge addition to the roster.
I think Jordynne is a great addition to the roster. Like I said, I feel like we have the best women's roster in the world. So to have her a part of it, that's just going to add even more value to it. We saw where she came into the Royal Rumble last year and she, made a wave there and had the internet rocking. She came this year, she showed out even more, and now she's officially signed with the WWE. So it's great. I think she's great in the ring. She has the presence. She has the aura about her. She has her body's freaking amazing. She's picking up Piper with ease in the ring, so she's going to be a force to reckon with. But I love it. I think that's how our division continues to evolve and be the best division in the world, is that we just keep adding people like Jordynne Grace to it. And I feel like she's just getting started, and we've been able to interact a little bit in the Royal Rumble in spoon feed, and I can't wait till we can actually get in the ring and really create magic together. I think that's like a dream match of mine that I would love to have.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Our next question comes from Spencer Love. Spencer?
Morning, Bianca. Thanks for the time today. Your gear always rules. I don't think I'm breaking any news there. Where are you, or maybe you and Naomi, pulling some inspo from for Elimination Chamber?
Ooh, we're just trying to create moments. I feel like we got together in this tag team and it was like thrown together very quickly. So it took us a little minute to get it going. We've been making gear almost every single week because we've been having matches every single week, and we've just been trying to to piece it together. We were just talking about how it's crazy how we've been able to make this work in such a short amount of time. We haven't even really had time to, go and practice moves together. We've just been winging it, and we've been doing a great job at it because we've been clicking so well. But I think that we have like the same type of mind creatively. We have a lot of outfits the same already that we didn't even know. We're sending each other pictures of stuff in our closet. I'm like, I have that outfit. And she's like, I have that outfit. So it's been very easy. And our minds creatively will say an idea to each other. And I'm like, I was just thinking that. So we're just trying to do things that are moments and do things that show our personality. As far as for Elimination Chamber, we have a little theme going on. I will say she picked this theme, and I'm trying to come through because I make my own gear, and I'm like, I hope I can make this. I don't know if I can. It's stressing me out right now. I have a piece of it sitting next to me. Um, I will say if I'm able to do it, it'll be a moment. It'll be nice for Chamber.
Our next question comes from Jimmy Corderas. Jimmy.
Oh, hello, Bianca. Thank you for joining us
Hello.
this morning. I have a question for you regarding your tag team partners because you were tag team champion with Jade Cargill, and due to unfortunate circumstances, now you're tag team champions with Naomi. Can you explain the differences between tagging with Jade and tagging with Naomi? I'm not asking you who's your favorite or who's the better of the two, just the differences with tagging with each.
I would say the differences with tagging with each is just the dynamic. I feel like when the idea of Jade and I becoming a tag team, I saw it as like, okay, this is great. I feel like we can elevate this division. You have two powerhouses, you have two women who, when we step in the ring, like it's like, woo, who's gonna take them down? And we were able to, I feel like we were just starting to click right before she was taken out. And have we're just like two dominant powerhouses that we're forced to reckon with, whether you look at us, whether we do things together in the ring. And I really saw it as like we could take this division to a whole nother level. I think we had the physical part down like to a T. I would say with Naomi, how everything was thrown together so quickly. Like I would say I was devastated when it happened because I'm like, okay, I put my heart and my soul into this tag team division. Now, am I going to have to relinquish these titles? And was this whole year for nothing? And I really wanted to elevate this division, and I poured my soul into it. So when Naomi stepped up and was like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I thought that was the perfect opportunity for the both of us, for me, so that I could keep these tag team titles. For her, it was for her to, redo what she started. She, was the first Black tag team to hold those titles and be able to come back and for her legacy to redo that and end that on a good note. And I was like, this is perfect. And I remember I was in NXT, Naomi was pushing very, very hard for us to become a tag team initially, and it just never happened. So I think friendship wise, like we've gotten so much closer. I think tagging with a veteran as well. I've been able to learn so much from her, and I feel like we've been able to click and just have like a lot of fun and have the fans feel that as well. So I feel like we've been able to bring a different, like Jade and I, we were like physically and visually, we were great, and we were able to elevate the division in that way. And Naomi and I, we were able to bring in like this connection with the fans and this interaction with the fans that we were able to bring with them. So I think they're both equally just as great. And I think they've both been equally just as valuable to this tag team division.
Great. Thank you so much, and good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Johnny at the Johnny iPro Show. Johnny.
Hello, Bianca. How's it going? Hope all is well. Now, I got to ask now, your mind state going into another chamber. And also, has Montez given you any advice? Because his last time was just amazing.
Well, if I get any advice from my husband for the chamber, I'll be falling from the top of the chamber. He's a crazy man. So I'm trying not to go to him for advice because I do not want to come from the top of the chamber. But if that's what I have to do in order to get to WrestleMania, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be jumping off the pods. I'll be coming off the top of the chamber and frog splashing people. But he's definitely hopefully he'll be there and be able to support me the way that I was there and able to support him. But my mindset going into this chamber is just getting to WrestleMania. I've been at every single WrestleMania. I want to continue my undefeated streak. Like I said, I would love to go up against Rhea Ripley and show that I am indeed the best. And I feel like I've been able to accomplish a lot. I've been able to, main event WrestleMania and win an ESPY and be undefeated and be this fighting champion. And so now to go up against Rhea Ripley and prove like, okay, you have that title, you're the best. No, I'm the best. That would be the ultimate accomplishment for me.
Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.